Holy smokes, Ryan. All right, so I have a couple things I want to chat with you about. The first one is Hill House of Comics, Basket Full of Heads. It's a couple weeks old now.
Right.
Really enjoyed it. And the thing I enjoyed about it most was that it was paced very well and it wasn't silly horror. It made me think. It's kept me interested. And the ending was like a taste of what's to come. And I can't get enough of it.
Basket Full of Heads was super slow. I enjoyed how slow it was. I think a lot of people don't like slow storytelling in their comic books especially, but Basket Full of Heads is... I was worried it was going to immediately start with a girl chopping off heads with a magical axe. But it's not.
No.
We didn't even get like a hint of that stuff.
The only thing we know, which is from the summary, the synopsis that was being solicited, is that there's an axe that when you use it to chop someone's head off, the head is still alive. So that's not a spoiler. That's the only thing that we know.
That's the premise of the whole comic.
But issue number 1, it didn't really feel like that was the premise of the whole thing. Like the story itself is so much more than that. Very intriguing.
Yeah, it's a little less supernatural.
Which is surprising. Like I thought this whole thing would be supernatural.
You gotta lay a good groundwork first. I'm glad it's starting with a slow burn.
You can tell that Joe Hill has his hands in this.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's pacing this, man. He's taking it slow. And I wanted to bring that up because there's another comic that has come out in the last couple weeks in the Hill House of Comics.
Right. The second story after Basket Full of Heads, we're looking at the Dollhouse Family.
Dude, I love this.
This is super cool. This is the one I was most excited to read.
It is so weird. And you know what? I don't even care if I spoil this for people. Comic fam, go and get this.
It's been out for a few weeks.
I want to dive into it. The one thing I'm going to say is I'm not going to tell you the ending.
Right.
How about that? The ending of this issue is going to make you crave the next issue.
Did not see it coming either.
Which is like, really?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I didn't, but at the same time, you're kind of thinking like, how else could this happen? Like they clearly do a good job of establishing the less than stellar family dynamic. So, I mean, something like this happening is inevitable, I guess, but it definitely happens way earlier than you would think something like this would happen in a story.
So there's like 2 different things, technically 3 different places in this story that we're following.
Sure.
All right. So the first place is we have very little idea of what's going on. It's in the past.
Right. The flashback sequence.
I have my predictions of what the flashback sequences are, but it's very fantasy. It's mystery. There's a giant being, like a beast, giant humanoid being.
Living in the cave?
Living in a cave. And let's just keep it there. Like, let's not get into it. I mean, right? Because, again, we're talking about a dollhouse, right?
Yeah, apparently.
So apparently there's a giant beast in a cave.
But there's some, kind of weird, crazy, supernatural monster in a cave happening.
That ties to this dollhouse 10 years later, apparently. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't know yet. It's very early.
Exact time frame that we're talking about, but it was before the main action of the story that we're following with this girl, with the actual dollhouse.
And what's going on with this girl in the dollhouse and her family?
She's, for her birthday, she's like 6 or 7, I think.
A little kid.
Yeah, she's given this old dollhouse.
Alice, I think is her name.
Yes, I think so too. She's given this dollhouse that we find out is made a long time ago, which is kind of the clue that we might be seeing the origin of this dollhouse in flashback form, because...
Like with the cave and everything. Like maybe that's connected because we're finding out how the dollhouse was made or something.
Potentially, yeah.
Well, we don't know.
What we do know is that this dollhouse is extremely well crafted and it's very old and mysterious. And the little girl seems to kind of really take a liking to the dollhouse, and she really gets into it and starts talking with the dolls and like playing with the dolls. And the parents are thinking like, oh, she's just really into her new dollhouse that we got for her. But it turns out it's a little more sinister, and there's kind of like some evil Indian in the cupboard stuff going on with these dolls, and they're talking to her.
Yeah, the dolls are sentient.
Yeah.
They can speak to her, and they can also help her shrink so she can enter their world.
Yeah, that's the part where you go tell your parents that the dolls are... Something's going on with this dollhouse, and they're trying to get me to say some magic spell to make me shrink down to their size and live with them in their dollhouse, and that's...
Mom! My toys are talking to me!
What do you do? Oh,
what do you
man,
do?
I'm never having kids.
What do you do if your kid's like, Mom...
You just bought a nice, expensive, cool, exquisite dollhouse for your child, And turns out it's some cursed dollhouse that's trying to like shrink your kids and take them, kidnap them into some kind of like paranormal dimension.
Right?
Pass.
Pass, right? Just not an option.
Xbox.
Xbox. Here's your Xbox. Play Halo.
Less likely to suck you into it.
So there's like 3 different planes of existence we're following here.
Right. So we got the main story, the flashback story. What's this third plane of storytelling?
In the dollhouse.
In the dollhouse.
Yeah.
It's like a whole separate world. Because, yeah, she shrinks down. She goes in. She's introduced to the husband, the wife, and there's a little daughter doll.
Mm-hmm. And they offer to help her. They offer to help Alice in a very strange way.
Because her father is abusive,
right,
to her mother. And it's kind of seeming like not quite abusive to Alice herself yet, but it seems to be
emotional abuse.
Yes, definitely emotional abuse. But he makes a few offhanded comments that seem like any minute now he might snap and escalate his abuse to the child in addition to the wife. So the dolls start talking to Alice about this stuff, and she's getting a little freaked out and doesn't really agree with the solutions that they are offering. The whole thing is just really creepy.
It's sinister.
And she's really young. So, I mean, maybe that explains why she's not quite weirded out like this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you have to assume that the adolescence is in just the her vulnerability, her just not understanding the situation at all. Like, she thinks she's living in a fantasy world right now. And she is, technically.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe this is like her dream come true. Like, she's shrinking down and living with her dolls in a dollhouse.
She's scared of her father, worried about him, worried about her mother. Like, she's very vulnerable.
A lot of cool things being set up in just one issue. And then
the ending.
By the time you get to the end, you're like, wow, this feels like the ending of issue 5 or 6, not issue 1.
Yeah. All of a sudden you're like, whoa. And we won't say anything from there. But all I can say is that as soon as I saw the solicitations for this whole comic run that Joe Hill is tied to, I've been pumped. I'm ready for good horror, and we're seeing it now. And I'm also watching Marvel make some horror moves as well, with Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme.
Right, yeah, you and Jeff were talking about that.
We were chatting about that last week, and I was thinking about this over this past week, thinking about like the Hills House of Comics and a handful of other things. I mean, really, DC Black Label in general is so much more dark, and we're going to see some Hellblazer soon. That is going to continue with this dark tone. Marvel's now taking Doctor Strange, and they're saying they're trying to make some of the most morbid stuff they've ever written and drawn.
Plus, you got Al Ewing on Immortal Hulk. There's some pretty dark, scary, horror-flavored things happening there. I'm interested to see what he's going to do, by the way, when he takes over Guardians after Donny Cates leaves.
Oh, me too, man.
Like, that's going to be weird. Like,
it's going to be weird, and I'm really excited to see what he does to that run, because there's going to be a lot of followers from Immortal Hulk that are going to go to Guardians.
Like me.
Just because of his run on Immortal Hulk.
Well, I'm reading Guardians, too. I'm enjoying Cates' Guardians run.
Cates' Guardians run is awesome, dude.
If he can bring... Yeah, if Al Ewing can bring a little smidgen of that Immortal Hulk energy over to Guardians, to something that's so happy and not Immortal Hulky, like, I don't even know why we're talking about that instead of Dollhouse Family.
I know, right?
Comic books.
It's all good, man. We got a lot to look up and keep track of and to read.
Yes, this is a very good time for comics, especially because it's the end of the year, and I'm trying to go backwards and think about like all the cool new things I found this year.
Well, you know what? I'm having a really good time using the new app, the previews app, to order your comic books.
Oh yeah, like
adding to your cart and everything. I want to just encourage the comic book fam. In the description, we put Russ's Patreon to Milk Geek Comics. This is all of our comic book stores. Like, this is ours, but this also can be yours as well. And the way that it works is Russ, Milk Geek Comics, was actually one of the few stores to pilot this ability to order comics. And the way that it works is if you are a patron, you get free shipping through his store. He's going to always send you your comics free every month. So that's how that patron, once a month payment, because you pay every month for your Patreon, right?
Right.
I think it's like $5, but that covers your shipping every month. So you get free shipping.
Cool.
So that reserves your box at the store. But what's really cool about Milk Geek is you get set up through this pull list service on the internet. Russ helps you set it up. And from then on out, you actually keep control.
You pick and choose everything that you order, and you don't have to flip through physical catalogs and like talk to your comic book shop guy about what you want to add or take off your list. It's all handled yourself through the website. And I've personally spent so much time scrolling through every single thing that's coming out every month and like going, I'm adding that to my cart, I'm adding that to my cart, adding that. And before you know it, your pull list is much more, not even bigger. I don't want to say just like bigger, but like more, I've noticed, at least for me, it's more in tune with like what I actually, there's more stuff on there I didn't realize I wanted.
Right.
Yeah, it's letting me look more at the independent and the smaller publishers too, not just, Marvel, DC, Image.
I miss out on variants a lot too.
Yeah.
And this prevents
Reprints.
me from happening. Reprints as well.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that they were making a facsimile of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get one. I don't even care. I want one. I want two. Give this one as a gift. And going through, you're right. Like my box is so much it's so much more maintained.
I find I take more risks.
Yeah.
Using the website. It's bad because then I find like, oh wow, I've added a lot of comics this month.
Oh yeah, warning, you may end up wanting to read more comics.
Yes.
But that may be your goal.
That's how I'm getting my trades now.
Oh, there you go.
I'm getting my trades through them, and it's just it all happens at the same time I go get my comics.
Okay, so the fact that you're getting your trades, that means something because, dude, you're notoriously a digital reader.
Yes.
So
yes, that too.
The convenience is so good that you're like, oh, yeah, okay, give me the trade.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Plus, I get it all from my homie Russ.
There you go. And you help support the show and our friend Russ, who,
that too,
is a valued member of this team. Thank you, Comic Fam. We do appreciate your time today.
Podcast. We got to get Russ on the podcast.
I know, man. We got to do it sometime soon.
We'll get you here, Russ.
We're trying. Comic Fam, we got so much stuff coming at you in the new year. By the time this bonus show actually gets released, it's actually going to be close to the new year, if not 2020. So thanks for listening to us. We grew a lot this year.
It's been a fun year.
Yeah, for those who are listening to the bonus show on YouTube, and Comic Fam who've listened to the bonus show on the audio platforms, you're what keeps us going. Thank you.
We're doing it for you.
We're doing it for you guys.
And for us. A little bit for us too.
Yeah, this is actually a lot of fun. We like doing the audio only stuff.
It's more fun.
Yeah, less camera work. But Ryan, you still look at the camera. So.
All the time. I look at the camera more when it's just the audio.
Yeah.
I've been noticing in the past 15 minutes.
Yeah, you just did it again. It's okay though.
Just now. So it's either that or I make direct eye contact with you like this.
Yeah, and it's awkward.
It's intimidating. Staring him down. I'm the alpha here. I'll end the show. Goodbye, Comic Fam. I'm in charge now. Good day to you.